With just under 2 months to go, the race for control of Congress is shaping up to be one of the tightest in recent history. And when it comes to which party controls the Senate, election experts say one contest stands out: Pennsylvania.
I think the number one race at this point that is likely to switch parties is one that could go from Republican to Democrat, which sort of defies the expectations we had at the beginning of this cycle, when it looked like it would be an incredibly favorable midterm cycle for Republicans and a backlash to President Biden and the Democrats.
Democrat John Fetterman is leading GOP Senate candidate Dr. Mehmet Oz in one of the closest watch races of the fall. Current Republican Senator Pat Toomey is retiring. If Democrats flip his seat, the GOP then needs to gain 2 seats somewhere else to retake the majority. So where could those seats be? Eyes are on Arizona, Nevada, New Hampshire, and Georgia, where the races are close and Democrats are defending seats they currently hold. It's the opposite in Ohio, Wisconsin, and Florida, where Republicans are in tight races to hold on to those seats. And adding to the unpredictability this cycle is the lack of experience among some Republican candidates. Primary voters in 5 of those 8 states put their support behind rookies without any political experience.
There are voters that are just so frustrated at this point, and we see this in disapprovals. We see this in wrong track, right track numbers, that there are voters, and I've heard this in focus groups I've watched this year too. They're like, just blow the whole system up.
Political outsiders can be successful. Look at former President Donald Trump, who continues to be a huge influence in the Republican Party.
Midterm elections are a referendum on the current president. However, we have never seen a former president be this involved and insert himself so much in a way that Democrats could make this a referendum on Trump.
Trump's endorsement has helped first-time candidates win their primaries, but it could end up being a hindrance in the general election when they're up against Democrats. Now, again, just under about 2 months left until Election Day in that first full week in November. Of course, we're going to get a lot more polling, a lot of attention going to be on these key Senate races, on the race for the House as well, which does still look pretty good for Republicans, but not as good as it looked earlier this year. Then, of course, there's governors' races, secretaries of state, attorneys general, a lot of other things on the ballot this year. Everyone, kind of take that time in the next few weeks. Make sure you know what's on your ballot. And of course, some people starting to vote, that early in-person voting, the first day of it happening tomorrow, guys.
Battle for Congress on the line. Congressional correspondent Stephanie Liebergen reporting. Thanks, Steph.